We traveled to Boston to better understand the reality of people's career journeys. Here, we met Shay and Wilmarie, two women initially drawn to the healthcare support field rooted in a desire to give back by caring for others. Both eventually left the field for career options with better opportunities to earn a family-sustaining wage.
About your family. Just want to get to know you a little bit more before we dive into talking about your employment history.
Sure. Well, my name is Shay Rainey. I am born and raised in Boston, Massachusetts, 34 years old, and I have a 14-year-old daughter.
I'm a mother, worker. I feel like I'm a little bit of everything. To tell you about myself, right now I'm in the process of going to school for social worker, and right now it's currently working as a therapeutical counselor at a residential home.
But my home health day journey, there's plenty to talk about there. And I have worked from working in people's homes as a home health aide to being an actual PCA. A big part of it was my mom, but I also had a child at the time as well. So my child was my first motivation of being able to have more money. And since I was already taking care of my mom and my toddler child at the time, it seemed being a care provider made the most sense.
And that's really where I'm at. Like, I don't do nothing unless I am passionate about it and I'm gonna give it a good job. So it really, the self-assessment is just realizing like, yo, Wilma, what do you like? What don't you like? What would you put up with? Where can you make a change? A lot of people would look at jobs and think about the financial part of it, which I know my family gotta eat, but to me, I'm not gonna do something if I don't like it. So I'm gonna be genuine where I felt, and I felt like I can make a change because I know exactly what I needed when I was 14. Let's just say I worked at a hospital, and working at the hospital wasn't ideal for me as being a single mom. Um, the hours were not matching up to what I needed, and also certain programs that were offered at the hospital, like for me to get my CNA license, were only say this, were only good until I wasn't good for them. I was supposed to get my CNA because my real role was I wanted to be a registered nurse. But certain obstacles like daycare got in the way. A lot of daycare got in the way.
They gave me an assignment and it was light housekeeping, and he just needed meal preparation. Seemed like it would be okay. The location was far, but Massachusetts does reimburse you for mileage and things like that, so that's okay. And if you have a 2 to 4 hour shift and it's going to take you an hour to get there, you have to make that all account so that it makes sense. So realistically, I'm only going to be working, about an hour and a half?
So you get paid for the cost of travel, but not your time to travel.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And so I'm like, that doesn't really work out. So how can this, help me out? So I went down to the Boston Public Library, and in the basement there's these little magic people. Call them like little leprechauns under the stairs. They remind me of that's what they remind me of. So if you go over there and you go downstairs in the basement, it's a wonderful world of resources.
Yeah.
Everything you need, whether you want to go back to school, you need welfare, you need a bus pass, whatever you need, the people under the stairs will find it for you. I knew social service, human service, this is what I'm good at, this is what I've done. If it's outside of this, don't bring it up.
Yep.
This is what we're doing.
Okay.
And so he stuck to that.
So, and that led you to sort of where you're at now in your current role?
That led me to go to college.
Okay.
That ceiling basically let me know, you could bend and fold, or you can be your own boss. Cause I'm just to me, I'm like, you a boss, so let's act like it. So that's when I started elevating myself, because I understood that knowledge is really power. So after that, I was just Yeah, I actually started college. I never thought I ever would have been a student at a college. So when I actually started there, that was actually a whole new experience because I had to teach myself how to learn. I didn't know, like, um, my last year in school really was the eighth grade. So there was like certain, just, yeah, I felt like that was a major accomplishment for me to even enroll into college.
Yeah.
Aside of that, were there any other challenges in this journey we just went
Yeah,
through?
my only challenge was the fact that I was a single mom. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that was like the challenge, but again, wasn't too
Touch me.
challenging because I have siblings and I have family, so I always had childcare options. But when they had a free childcare option, that just seems like a no-brainer.
Time, time in itself, finding time for life is hard. Being working, managing kids, cooking, homework, all of it is hard. Like all of that is a challenge because it's not just me. It's my whole family that I'm like worried about emotions, feelings. So just because I'm in school doesn't stop my real life from happening. I still gotta, if I gotta go into the school, I gotta go into the school. If I gotta, so every day there's challenges. Just to even transportation can be a challenge. Childcare can be a challenge. Having some, there's been times sometimes where I didn't have like food in the house and like I had to go DoorDash instead of going to class to make sure I have that. So life itself is a challenge, to be honest, would be just having financial independence, being able to take care of my children and not worrying about, again, do I go to school or do I DoorDash?
And don't take no for an answer. Don't take no for an answer. Educate yourself, navigate the barriers by looking out for different resources. So if this program doesn't fit for you, that's okay. At least you tried it. Write down what did and did not work for you, and now go and look at another program.
A good job is somewhere, a good job isn't actual just a like one job. I just feel like a good workplace, somewhere where you're comfortable, somewhere where it's just healthy. Some work environments are not healthy. Like it could be a great job, but you're you don't even have time to even sit down and eat dinner without somebody calling you. Like it's just, I don't know, a good job respects your boundaries. A good job like just, this, I don't think it's like, oh, social working is a good job, or because I could work at McDonald's and I consider that a great job too, you know what I mean? So it's just the environment in itself needs to be a good job. A lot of workplaces are not like, they're good for the month and then like they show like, and you're just like, hold on. Like I don't know about this.
The journeys and experiences reflected here are often experienced by other people in similar circumstances. Sharing them can help us better understand how people navigate their careers and can help us make progress on creating an equitable workforce.